All right, let's get into it. Episode 8. Everyone is a DJ. Welcome back to a new episode of the best Afro House podcast on planet Earth. My name is Manu. Wesley G. What's good, bro?
Good, man. Good. I feel like, bro, last episode was a fun one, man. I had a good time. I hope if you're listening at home, guys, thanks for supporting. And yeah, let us know how you're feeling about how we're doing so far. We're having a good time on here, bro. So let's keep it moving.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just did a story on Instagram asking for questions. So hopefully we're going to get a few more people just chiming in and asking us things, for us to touch on for this podcast. But again, guys, yeah, thank you for the support so far. I think we're 2 months into this podcast, so I think we're quite happy with the feedback so far. But yeah, let's keep it going. We're gonna start to have guests at some point very soon as well. But yeah, for today, obviously we're gonna start with releases. This is Wesley's world. So, bro, what came out last Friday, and what should the people have in their playlists?
Yeah, you know what? We were talking about albums. Was it the last episode or the episode before? I think one of the most notable releases from my side is Sanal Musician dropped a full album called Under the Sun.
I missed that one. Okay.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was good. He released a few singles last month from it, but it's a great project, man. It's very Sanel, but then you got like some good club tracks in there, some radio tracks. It's really balanced. Super good project.
Yeah, listen, Sanel Musician, I'll have to look up the name of the other albums, but anytime he drops an album, for me, it's like almost like a no skip experience. Like you never skip a track.
Yeah.
It's always great. It's a good journey. And yeah, he's got a good balance of, the emotional Sanel sounds, but also the club tracks, the Afrotech, more energetic tracks. So yeah, Sanel, definitely one of the best producers, one of the best artists, I think, in would you even call it Afro House? I don't know. Like it's it's essay Afro House, I guess. It's a more
it's just music, like essay music, because like it's so versatile.
Yeah.
Like some of it for me is like it's essay pop, to an extent. So tough call on that.
I think again, Sanel, if I was Sanel, of course, the talent that he's got, he should be, a worldwide star, I think. He's got the image, he's got the brand, he's got obviously the music, the output, he's got the albums. I think now it's a matter of collaborating with more international artists and putting yourself in at those stages. But
yeah,
listen, Sanel, he's one of the reasons why I started listening to Afro House, and arguably I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for Sanel music and some of his art. So yeah, I think to see him, at places like Ibiza or, Europe, America, I think, yeah, that would be the next step. Sorry. Collaborating with different artists. But yeah, how do you think he could approach that, right?
Yeah, for me, it's a question of if he really wants to or not, right? Because I mean, he's been in the game for a long time. I mean, also when I kind of got started taking, this Afro House thing a little bit more seriously, he's been a top artist for me kind of from the day one, more or less. So I wonder if he's cool in his lane, like Southern African, on the way to a legend from my point of view. But if he wanted to, like, replicate like a Shimza model, but I don't know. I don't know if he really wants to though, man, because that's his lane, that's his sound.
He's played in London, right? He comes to London to play. Obviously, London has got his audience and a lot of South African, I guess, people live here.
Yeah.
But when I watch Son of Musician's YouTube sets, those are some of my favorite sets. Some of my favorite, YouTube DJ sets to watch back are from Son of Musician. So he's definitely got the talent. He's definitely has, I think, the opportunity and the possibility to do it, I think it's just the music and yeah, those professional relationships that I think he has to start to do. But again, does he not want to? I don't know. I think he's thinking about it. Like, why wouldn't you, right?
Yeah, I mean, he should be on the global circuit touring for sure.
Absolutely. Again, we always talk about Shimza's sound, but Salah musician and Shimza's sound now, there are some similarities there, bro. Like,
Yeah.
he could definitely make tracks that sound like Falling or tracks that sound like Battle.
Yeah, like he's definitely got that more melodic kind of undertone in
Absolutely.
all of his projects. So I mean, he could follow, similar collaborations, or I think what would be cool is like him with like a Who Made Who. I think that would be like a match made in heaven, personally.
In Yeah, see, now you're going crazy because now
Yeah,
you're
yeah. We're
really
starting strong, man. We're
now you're
starting strong.
cooking. Now you're cooking, bro. Now you're cooking. But that's what I'm saying. Like, he definitely could create some crazy international sounds and you know really, I think, showcase a different side of Afro House that maybe we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah,
'Cause he is that special, I think, when it comes to creating sounds, and he's one of the pioneers of Afro House, bro. People don't mention Son of Musician, but he's one of the pioneers. Like, for me,
yeah.
he is in that conversation every single time, every single time. But yeah, what else came out last Friday?
I think some notable ones, like another rendition of Abandonment Issues. It's called At Momo's Take. So Atmos Black, putting a little bit of a different twist on it
Nice
with
one.
CO. Beautiful track on Stay True Sounds there. We got Hyena and Missy dropped on Medoris in the House this moment. I personally love that track, and it's also great to see Hyena dropping music. Been a long time fan of his,
Nice one.
for sure. And I guess some other notable ones, Andrea Oliva and Benzi dropped. It's more of a house music track on
Undefected, right?
Defected.
Yeah, yeah.
Great track, great track. It's called Nap, which is also like a sick name. I rate that.
I really enjoyed the Ari May remix
The Shouts track.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's an epic track, right? You got the choir, you got that energy. For me, that was one of my favorites, and not usually the tracks that I would go for, but there's something about it that makes sense, and I like Ari May exploring
Yeah.
that
I think
sound because it's different.
I think Arime is I mean, he's been around for a while, obviously working with the Deep Root team and Francis, but I really think he's now on this trajectory where he's just gonna go up and up and up. Like, great production, great release from him, and I don't see him slowing down.
It makes sense, and also Deep Root as a business, as a model, right? They've got the experience, they've got the blueprint. I can't even talk today. They've got the experience, they've got the blueprint, they've got um, the roadmap for artists that they are cultivating and artists that they're growing to follow, right? Because of Francis, because of artists like Avo, now Arime. I think yeah, it's a model that I think a lot of other labels and a lot of other brands can look at and admire. But yeah, I like what they're doing, and yeah, I think Ari May is going to have a good year. But they've got, as I said, Avo, Masala, Jawara. It's a nice little crew that they've got over there, man. I'm sometimes I'm jealous of it because I'm like, yeah, this is how you should build a family, but also grow careers and use your platform to empower other artists. And so I actually like that model because it's almost like putting money to where your mouth is. You know what I mean? It's just like you're
Yeah.
actually doing stuff rather than just talking about it. So it makes sense. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, no, I admire too. Like, great. Also, all of them are just great groups of guys, man. Like, connecting with them at ADE was the first time I had actually spoken to kind of the extended Deep Root Tribe family. So yeah, shout out to Deep Root.
What did we release last week? Chased. Yeah, nice.
Chased. Chased. For
Yeah,
you guys listening at home, Chased has been in the works for a while, but what a track, bro.
yeah. I mean, again, it goes back to just preparation and things happen and evolve as they should, and the timing is always right. But Chase took, I mean, we signed that track verbally. I mean, I want to say, oh my goodness, early last year, you want to say, bro, like
Yeah,
definitely before the summer, right? I think when I was going to Nigeria, when did I play Nigeria? June?
I think so. Yeah,
I was
June.
like, I'm signing this shit. And then, from then, obviously working on it, figuring out the paperwork. But that's how it works, guys. Like it's not, you see a track come out and we signed that 4 weeks before. No, it takes time. It takes time. Now there's deals that we're working on, conversations that we're in, and also you have to factor in the schedule that we have already, right? Every Friday it's already booked. I think up until July, August. We've
Yeah.
got releases that are in there and they're locked in. So yeah, it's part of the game. You got to manage it. You've got to be smart and manage expectations with the artists. But I love the process, man. It's good. But yeah, how do you find this the timing when it comes to releases and managing all of it?
You know what? I think it's very unpredictable. What I find most difficult is, when you release a certain caliber of tracks, which I think we've been doing pretty well, especially this year. Um, it's how to keep yourself at that level as a label, right? So that's what I find the most challenging part in terms of timing. Some songs are obviously more summer, and some songs, you can say, okay, seasonally they can work anytime, any place, like Chased. Um, but it's difficult to predict things like to the T, for
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's so competitive now, and as
Yeah,
you say, you've got to find that sweet spot of, okay, we need a certain amount of tracks in the Beatport Top 100, just because that's just how um and Afro House currency is measured.
yeah,
It's,
it
it's you
is.
know,
It
so,
is.
it's like, okay, we need a few tracks, 3 or 4 tracks at all times in that chart, maybe 1 or 2 top 100, right? Okay, what tracks do we sign that you know put us in there? But also there's milestones, like you want to always kind of elevate the level of artist that you're signing. Like now, Remind was definitely a milestone for us.
I agree, man. I mean, I've been such a fan of his for a long time, and definitely very special. Second time working with Jizu as well. He's on the track, and last time we worked with him on Find Your Way, also I think such a special track for us as a label, and a milestone in its own sense. So it's, yeah, elevating each time, artists, and then on the A&R side, and we're not even getting into the event side. When you're doing an event, you want each one to be a little bit better than the last. It's a tough journey.
Yeah, it's again, it's a lot of strategy. It's a lot of strategy. It's a lot of like sitting by yourself, just throwing shit on the wall and
Seeing what
figuring it
sticks.
out, brainstorming. A lot of empty brainstorming session when you're like
Yeah.
just just talking, right? You're just talking, but it's got to come out. And even if it sounds like BS, at least you've tested it and you've gotten feedback on it. But I think that's, this is just the creative industry. It's like that, right? It's like there's ideas every day. There's
Yeah.
things that you say you're gonna do, you never do them. But it's all about doing a few things very well rather than just trying to do too much. I think just focus on a few things. Even with this podcast, I'm like, let's do it, as best as we can.
Yeah.
And then once we figured it out and it works like automatic and it's an oil machine, all right, what's the next thing? Because and then a few years time, you're gonna look back and you're gonna have all these different projects. But yeah, it just you've gotta Gotta be patient with it, man. Because
Yeah,
again,
I mean, it's like with everything. Hindsight is 2020. I mean, we learn as we grow, and we're learning a lot. And we've tried things, not just at the label, but together over the years, and some has stuck and some hasn't. And I think that's just a good way to approach just life in generally is stay active,
I
try a
think
few
so. It
things
is.
out, and figure out what works, what doesn't work, and then replicate on what you know.
Yeah, but no, I think the label conversation when it comes to A&Ring, A&R is not just about song selection. You're dealing with artists. You're dealing with people that are being vulnerable with their art and expressing themselves. So you also have to be a person and quite human when you're communicating and make sure that they're happy, make sure that you're giving them enough notice on stuff and bringing them along the journey and being transparent on everything. Like that's a huge part of it, right? You can't just be transactional
Yeah,
with music and the schedule and releases. Like no, it's like making sure that they're happy, making sure that the assets that we create work for them, giving them
absolutely.
plans in advance. Like yeah, running a label, there's a lot of things that go into it, but one of the main things is just that human touch,
Absolutely.
human
Absolutely.
touch, human touch.
Something I wanna start talking about, man. By the time this podcast comes out, we're gonna be in the second half of February, which means, guys, we're on our way to summer. I can't wait, man.
Already.
I've had enough. I'm ready to
So for
pretend.
you in February, you start thinking about summer. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
hell
okay.
yeah!
I see, I
Because
see. For
because
me,
for
it's
me,
March,
it's always
but
like
okay.
it's known like January and February are the worst winter
Cold,
months
mate, cold.
always, and it's dark and stuff like that. So we're getting more sunlight, we're getting warmer weather, and
You
we're
know what
heading
it
into
is?
the season, man.
So the conversation in the UK this week has been, and I've seen so many posts about this everywhere. It's like, fun fact, since the start of 2026, there hasn't been one day where it hasn't rained in the UK.
No,
So it's
really,
been raining every single day.
that's
Obviously,
that's brutal, man.
in different cities, but in the whole nation, it's been raining every single day. And it's obviously it feeds into the conversation of depression and how the UK is always grey and it's raining and obviously affects the mood,
Yeah,
which it definitely does. But yeah, Ibiza summer, Ibiza season what starts end of April.
that's the thing, right?
So we're
So
not too far away. We're not too far away. 6 weeks, and then we're there.
that's it, man. That's it. So we've been seeing like bringing up the topic of summer coming or winter coming to an end, rather, is because we're starting to see these opening party announcements. I mean, starting with I want to say Universe Black Coffee opening in end of April. That's pretty special.
Who is he? Black Coffee. Who
Camel
else?
Fat,
Camel Fat.
Carl Cox,
Damn.
Dear Jade, Miss Monique, and Paco Osuna. I don't know Dear Jade or Paco Osuna, but I mean, just those top three names there: Black Coffee, Camel Fat, and Carl Cox on one lineup. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that's
Who do you
like.
think is closing? Who goes last?
I want to
It's not
say
the Carl
Carl
Cox.
Cox, man.
Yeah,
It has to be,
I think
right?
Cox goes last. I don't think. Have you seen a photo of Carl Cox and Coffee together ever?
I don't think so.
Damn.
I mean, that's legendary. I mean, we can have a whole conversation on Carl Cox and Ibiza culture and what what he means to the island and vice versa. But I think seeing Black Coffee along those kinds of names at a bigger venue like Universe is going to be a special one.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Obviously, you probably have Camel Fat, Coffee, Cox. Any other big names in there?
Miss Monique,
Miss Monique.
she's decent. And then the other two were Dear Jade and Paco Osuna, which I don't really know, but
What about other venues? What's happening at High?
at High Ibiza we had Not so much of an Afro house thing going on there, but some
More tech house.
more tech house. I mean, you got Martinez brothers, you got Joseph Capriati, Skepta's on that lineup. I think that's sick. I love Skepta.
Skeppy, okay.
Skepta's on the lineup. East End Dubs, Rossi, Patrick Mason. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not a tech house guy. A lot of these names I actually don't know. I know the big ones. Obviously, Martinez brothers, Joseph Capriati, legends, but definitely more of a tech
Yeah, and I
house
think there
vibe
was
there.
a Ushuaia one as well, right?
Ushuaia is very Afro house. We got the man himself, Mr. Francis Mercier, alongside Hugel, Kaz James, Mestiza, Mo Black, and Pausa. Not to be mistaken with Pausa, but Pausa.
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 Damn.
Man,
Yeah, listen,
Francis is active in Ibiza this summer, man. It's actually nuts.
Francis doesn't sleep, but I think Ibiza this year, there's gonna be so many viral moments this year.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Afro House feed should be posting twice a day,
I'm
if
working
not
on it.
if not four, this summer.
You know what? I've started turning up the heat a bit. I'm having conversations with people about posting, and the whole thing about when you used to post used to matter a lot, the timing of it. But I feel like, the way the Instagram algorithm is changing all the time, it's actually really difficult. But I think it's all about content, man. So we're gonna see some good clips out of Ibiza
It's
for
all
sure.
about content, but also, I mean, when you started the page, how much competition did you have compared to now, bro?
No, nothing. I was the first for many, many. I think for the first 5 years, I was the only one, and then now there's a few more that are doing really well. But it's great to see. Like, I used to care a lot about how many followers I had on the page, and I would check that number every day, especially in the beginning. What am I at? What am I at? What am I at? But as time goes on, you're kind of like, all right, I've been
No,
doing
but
this for a
I think
while.
now the way social media is structured now, it's not about followers.
Yeah,
It's not about, like, you could have 0 followers and have viral content. Like, today I was scrolling and I saw this page of sourdough bread,
really.
right? 7,000 followers,
Okay.
and they started posting like a couple days ago. 7,000 followers, and that post that I saw had 500 million views.
No.
It's like, yeah, if you're listening, just make content and, yeah, focus less on followers, because if people want to see you, they'll find your page, and if the content is good, it'll go viral. And it's all about the one piece of content, and that is the way in to gain more followers, right? Most of my followers on my pages came from a couple of posts, right?
Yeah.
I had one post that had 40,000 followers just from that post, and it's just like,
Yeah.
just focus on creating good content and less on the followers. But yeah, I think Instagram, TikTok, that's how it's positioned now, right? It's more on the content. Doesn't matter how many followers you've got, bro. It's mad.
Yeah, but I mean, look, there used to be a time, this is, I guess, a while ago now, that if you got 500 million views on a video, like, for sure your followers would increase by a significant amount, especially
Significantly.
TikTok as well. But nowadays, like, just because you get like a video with good engagement, it doesn't translate the way that it used to. And sometimes I wonder if it's an algorithm thing or it's an attention thing, where just as social media consumers were like, do I really want to follow another page? Especially since all of us are scrolling mostly on the reels or TikTok tabs now, where it used to be all home feed, right? You check out.
Yeah, I think it's also like it's a great point actually, because I follow less and less people unless I'm really interested in getting to know the
Yeah,
personal aspects of it, right? Sourdough bread page I probably wouldn't follow, but it's more like ASMR, it's more the visuals, right? But then
yeah,
that's just like quick, instant moment. But then when it's someone that is actually adding value, educating you on something, I think that is when the following is might happen more. But yeah, I just don't Yeah, I think people now take a lot more time to decide whether they're following or not now.
But it's also the algorithm thing, right? So if you like, I mean, it happens to all of us. You like watching a few videos. Like one example that the algorithm is insanely powerful is one. If you start watching one of those videos where it shows you like high protein, low calorie, whatever, for the next 5 minutes, it's
That's
just
what you're
that.
gonna have.
So I think a lot of people, because their algorithms are more or less attuned to what they're into, and it fluctuates, depending on what you're consuming, you don't actually need to follow anymore to have access to that topic or niche or whatever it is that you're into, right? So yeah, going back to Manu's point, guys, it's not all about numbers on a screen anymore. Focus on your content, and more importantly, with the audience that you do have, it's really important that you kind of cultivate as much of a community and interaction as possible, because that's more valuable than a bunch of numbers at the top of the screen.
No, I think so. I think it's everyone's got a voice and everyone's got something that is worth sharing. I mean, I was at my parents' house today and chatting to my nephews and nieces. I'm like, oh, what do you guys want to do? I was like, what do you want to be the best in the world at? And they're like,
Yeah,
YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. Everyone says YouTube.
really, they want to be YouTubers.
Bro, they all say YouTube. They all say YouTube. You
But I
know,
get it. It's like their heroes are all, everyone who is like in the public eye now, they have YouTube and all that stuff, right? So
for
I get it.
sure, for sure. But no, as you say, man, it's social media at the moment. Yeah, it's like this critical moment and era of like personal content, like following your family and interacting, engaging with your family. That's not really the platform for it. Like,
Yeah.
I was seeing my cousins post and they're getting like 10 likes. It's just like,
Yeah.
damn.
Back in
Back
the
in the day,
day,
they used to get 200.
yeah. If I got 10 likes when I was young, I thought that would be bullying, Like
Absolutely. Like, I was like, damn, only 10 likes and you posted this yesterday. Fuck. But
yeah, man.
that's just how it is, right? People more now follow brands and everyone's an influencer. So it's just a different consumption that happens on there. Um, but no, I was just gonna say, like, even with Afro House Feed, as you say, it's good that there's competition and there's more pages. Um, but with the content itself, how many pages just rinse the same content? Like the videos that you see, like how how can we become better at that? Or is it just whoever posts first wins? You know,
Not always, I find. Like on TikTok it is more like that. So if you have the first video, the first post, TikTok algorithm is really good at recognizing when it's a recycled video, but on Instagram it doesn't really work like that, right? So, you know, if there's a video that kind of picks up traction, then, bunch of different pages are going to scrape it, do their own thing, put their own text on it or whatever they want to do. And yeah, there's no owner of the video. Some do better than others, but yeah, we gotta stop doing that, man. Like I've kind of made a point from the beginning to try and have access to only original videos. But as time goes on, it's to stay consistent, posting every day. You can't always do that. So if I see a video that I like, on not all the time, but I might take it
you
and
go snatch
post
it.
it on mine. Especially if it's culturally relevant. That's kind of the main thing, right? It's like, okay, I feel like this is a really important moment for the sound or this artist, and it highlights an upcoming release or a debut or whatever it is. Um, then I'll post it. But you know what, man? The game is the game, right? Like sometimes you have to recognize, like, okay, this is a super viral clip. It has the potential to get some legs, and sometimes you just gotta go for it, right?
Yeah. What do you think in 2026 is critical in having a successful content page in the DJ world? Like what? Yeah, is it relationships with promoters, videographers? Is it DMing the audience that is posting videos? Like, yeah, what's like the way of operating for pages like this? Because it's like there's so many. I mean, when we did it for Shaker, I got a taste of it for what 5, 6 months, 7 months,
Yeah.
and it's exhausting, mate. You've gotta be on your phone all the time.
No, you do. In short, the key to success is just consistency. So you have to be posting, regularly, and that's with whether if you're an artist or a page, it's just about setting that expectation to your audience that this is the frequency of content that you're going to be receiving about whatever it is you're posting about, right? So if you're a DJ on the road, you got to make sure that you're investing in videographers. I think it's really important at any level if you're starting out or you're on the
Yeah,
road. And some artists are really good at that. Shimza Francis, it's like non-negotiable clips from every single show, and they are consistent about it, right? Also with the look and feel, how it's edited, how it's color graded, all that kinds of things. The attention to detail from those guys is pretty exceptional. But then again, they can afford to have the same videographers, same
they're
editors,
gonna afford that.
on the road with them. But starting out, work with the promoters that you're gigging with, and see if you can get um videographers on site, because it helps you as an artist, but also it helps the promoters and the club, right? That's more eyes on the brand and the moment. But it's listen, man, it's tough because after all of that work, you still have to think about content that your audience will engage with you either in the comments or via DMs, or funneling them over to like your Spotify playlist
Yeah, yeah,
or your release or your podcast, or and then
something.
the list goes on, right?
There's always
So
a funnel.
it's a never ending loop of content funneling into something else. And yeah, clicks are expensive, man. Attention span these days is really short, so it's harder than ever.
Yeah. No, no, I think it's an extremely tough tough field to be in, man. This DJ
Yeah.
content world. I think there's a lot of money in it for the pages that approach it as a business, and every post is purposeful. And there's some pages that are doing that very well. But also, like, if it's like you've got to test, man, so many different formats. I like the pages that do some news, they do some more viral clips, they do competitions, some challenges, and they just keep it fresh. But they're always trying stuff, right? They're always just
Yeah. But
seeing
it's
what
hard,
works.
right? Because it all takes time, right? And
Yeah,
especially if it's not your main gig, or you're working on other stuff, to stay that active and produce that content regularly and continuing to innovate, stay fresh. Because eventually your content goes stale. If you do the same thing over and over again, then people are like, okay, we've seen this a million times now. It was very, very time consuming, man. Like even just writing a caption, sometimes I'm like, I really don't want to do this.
captions are long. I mean, when I'm posting, yeah, I was this week because I was in Italy for a few days,
Right.
and I had some clients that I'd paid for some posts or for my reactions. You know, it's an admin task
It is.
because I had reacted to the videos previously before I started traveling, and then when you're obviously on the move, you've got to stop everything, make sure that the sound, that every detail has to be perfect, right? Because someone's paying for content. So
Yeah.
it's but I get it, man. Even with me, that's why I think now I've started posting a bit less, is because you want to just keep it fresh. You don't want to just have the same content every day. Like it's gotta feel different. Uh,
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that because, like, from my model, like, for the first probably 5 years of doing Afro House Feed, my model was one post a day, every day, no excuses. And now, more recently, I'm like, one post a day isn't nearly enough, right? Like, if you look at the top pages, 1001 Tracklist, Culture of House, and they're churning out content sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a day. It's nuts, you know. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
yeah, no, but I promise you, those pages definitely have like 4, 5, 6 people.
That's the key, right? Yeah, that's the key. I think
Yeah,
I'm probably at a stage with Afro Feed where I need to think about having more than just me behind the scenes, because you can see the difference when you have a team behind you.
Yeah, agreed. But going back to we took a big detour on this
Yeah, we
conversation,
did, we
man.
did.
Started in Ibiza, ended up I don't even know where. But going back to Ibiza,
Yeah.
we looked at the opening parties, but to make it more fun, to make this topic a bit more fun, I wanted to ask you, what was your opening lineup be, bro? If tell me the venue and maybe let's do what, four? Opener,
Okay.
warm up, you know. Yeah.
I For venue, I'm more of like an open air, daytime, sunset kind of guy. So I think I'm gonna choose Ushuaia to
Okay, okay,
start.
okay, okay.
Yeah, I prefer earlier event, going into sunset, finish up by 11, go to
Right.
bed. But what I would do is I would probably start with a little bit of three step and then go into, a more Afro house. So my lineup would be, I get Atmos Black on there. I then probably move on to a Kitty Amore, followed by a Cairo, with my headliner being generic, but I gotta go Shimza, man. I think that's what I would do.
All right. So you said Atmos,
Kitty,
Kitty,
Cairo,
Cairo,
Shimza.
Shimza. What day of the week is that? What day of the week?
Give it like a cool Thursday, man. Nothing too hectic.
Club record party or what's the brand?
Oh,
Who's
club
pushing
record.
this? Who's
No,
pushing
this
this?
is Afro House feed, bro. Let's say
It's
it's
the Afro
Afro House
House
feed.
feed one. Got you, got you,
On the
got you, got
topic.
you.
Yeah, I
Nah,
mean,
you say.
if it's a club record party, different conversation. But why don't you let us know what you're thinking?
Okay, if you go Afro House feed, I'll do a club record party.
Okay.
Our energy is very much like nocturnal, edgy. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with like, I mean, I really see a club record party happening and like a high.
Yeah.
I would go with like a high, quite big. I do like an intimate party, but I'd go with a high. The visuals, we could do so much with visuals. I think we have a strong brand, so that would be a cool experience to come up with something visually. But opening from 11:30 until 1, who would I have? Damn.
Yeah, it's not easy, right?
It's not easy, like, especially opening. From 11:30 to 1, I think I would have someone like a Lazar, right? I'm gonna
Oh,
go with club record artists here.
okay. Okay.
I would go with the Lazar. He really beating with us. Okay, so let's go Lazar opening. After Lazar and Friends.
Oh, good one.
I've seen them Friends DJ a couple times. The crowd connects, man. The crowd really, really fucks with them Friends, bro.
No, they do. I've seen him a couple times too. He's got the juice, man. Behind the decks, he knows what he's doing.
And Friends has got the energy. If you haven't seen them Friends play before, you'll love it. You'll love it. Okay, that's two. Three. Main act. I think I might spend too much time on this. You might have to help me here. What big artists?
What for a headliner? So you're going three or four there?
This is headliner.
Oh,
This is like
headliner,
peak.
prime time.
Um, who is there? Ooh,
Good
I would
question.
go and me, bro. I would go and me.
And me? Yeah, fine. I mean, he's one of the greatest of all time
I
for
think I would go
DJing.
and me.
You wouldn't like, there's so many artists on our lineup. Every time we talk about doing events, guys, it's really difficult because we're releasing a lot every Friday, and each one of the artists we release with deserve to be on the lineup at some point. But it's hard.
It's
It's a
tough.
tough conversation, man.
It's tough. I'd go and me, and I think last again and me. Obviously hasn't released with us, but never say never, man. That's
Never
that's
say never.
that's more of a long term project, that one. But closing, I think Sin City for me.
Sin City, yeah, she's dope.
I go
She's
Sin
really
City.
good.
So yeah, Lazar and friends and me, Sin City, club record party at High. I think all of these artists, road tested, active music, really complement our brand as well,
Agreed. Agreed.
right? So I think that makes sense. Yeah. I like swag, bro. I like swaggy people. I like serious professionals. I think this is a good lineup. I think this is a good lineup. I didn't want to go with obvious names.
Yeah.
So I think I've probably surprised some people with those names, but yeah,
No,
happy with that.
I
Strong,
back it.
strong,
I
strong.
back it. I mean, never say never. I mean, I'm hoping that, in the coming year or two where we're on the island, we're doing something. Um, Very competitive, obviously. I mean, that's also the
No, it's
scary part of it.
competitive, man. I mean, what do you think needs to happen for Club Record to be present at but when I say present, it's not just you throw a party and you go home. No, it's like, you actually have presence, and it's an event that people circle in their calendar. Like, what do you think needs to happen over the next few years for us to get there?
I think it's just, we're still a young brand, and I think we're learning. Well, we're not learning is not the right word. We're building trust with audience through the music that we're releasing, and I think we've been pretty strong with that from the day one. But there's another element of that conversation where you need to deliver kind of the same results if you're doing, events. So if you look at other labels that, are a little bit more mature than us, like a Magnifique or an Unreleased, they've been doing events more consistently around the world, and they've earned that trust from their audience that, a Magnifique event is this or an Unreleased event is that. But then again, it also does help that they have artists that are touring already, right? So you got Sam Ajna and Arodes. That is kind of a pre-condition for having a trustworthy event. So I think it's just
Absolutely.
more experience, more interaction with audience. Like, what about you?
More bangers. I mean, listen, I think for me, it's like, again, I think we have to back ourselves, I think, a bit more with parties. I know it's not easy, it's hard, but even if, the first 3, 4, 5 parties aren't what we have in our mind, we we have the experience. We throw them and we build from there. But I think, our parties should be more about the brand rather than who's on the lineup, right? It's like you want to create that club value and that club experience. So for me, it's like, okay, let's do that. And of course, you want to have big names, and of course, we can have big names. But if people come there because of this club record, similar to what Descendants do, similar to what
Yeah.
maybe a Sandela is on the way of doing, right? It's more right.
No, that's
It's
a good
club,
point.
it's club. Like, club, we trust them. Obviously, they've got bangers, they've got this, they've got that. But I think the artist on the lineup should be a plus. Um, but also, again, as I said, it's the music, man. I think you and I both need to just release,
Yeah.
have fucking hits out there, and again, it's a process, man. It's a process. It's a process. But I don't think we're far away. Might take some time, some money, but
Yeah.
we're not far away, man. We're not far away.
Yeah, we're not in a rush as well. I think that's kind of the main thing that we're gonna learn it slowly as time goes on. Um, One thing I wanted to touch on, speaking of Ibiza, I would have also put Black Coffee on my lineup, by the way. But on the topic of
Too
Black
easy.
Coffee, did you see this week that he's working on an album?
I did. I did. Listen, R- Album rumors. There's too many of them.
I know, man. I know.
There's
It's
too
never
many
ending.
album rumors. I need to start seeing some concrete evidence. I need to start seeing dates. I need to start seeing, you know, artists, features, who else is involved. We've got to start to see some evidence. But I
Yeah,
really, really, truly hope that this is happening. I
I
mean,
think.
also since you know, obviously Black Coffee's been going through some personal stuff that he's come out of,
Yeah,
and my TikTok is inundated with content from Black Coffee's personal life, right?
yeah. I feel
And
for him, man.
everyone mentions how he's in a better place, this and that. So hopefully, this album will kind of feed into that narrative and yeah, just showcase that energy of this phase of his life that he's
Yeah,
in, and obviously be a good album. And that's what everyone wishes for. But there's a lot of kind of elements and conversations around it, and obviously his personal life that I just touched on. But it's interesting.
yeah. I mean, something that I think about is that the last album that he did, Subconsciously, I mean, he won a Grammy for it, and I think it was unexpected from his side. So, how do you, if you were Black Coffee and you were working on an album, and your last album won a Grammy, like what's going through your mind?
Well, did you like his album?
I did. As a body of work, yes. I mean, am I gonna play those songs every day? Probably not, but I can appreciate it as an art form. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
sure, 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 sure. I think winning a Grammy, it's just statistically it's impossible, right? It's like,
Yeah,
but if anyone's going to do it, it's him. I think that obviously that shouldn't be your expectation and the first thought that you have when you're making music. I think you should just freely create, and I think that's what he's going to do. But again, I think now he's at the stage where there's no one that he can't have on the album, right? There's no resource that he can't tap into.
yeah.
So it should be, is it going to be his best work yet? You know, that remains to be seen.
You never know, man. It could be Black Coffee wins a few more Grammys, headlines the Super Bowl, and that's it.
Bro, imagine,
Imagine that, bro. That would be insane.
imagine. I mean, has a DJ ever performed at a Super Bowl?
I don't think so. You know,
What?
at the somebody told me actually on Friday night that I didn't know this, that Rock Nation is responsible for all the Super Bowl castings for the halftime show. So they did like Usher, Rihanna, Kendrick, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and then obviously Bad Bunny was the most recent one. But look, there's a production value that needs to go into that performance where obviously the DJ can only do so much, right?
They'll make it work. I mean, I could see Tiesto, I could see a Diplo, obviously.
Yeah,
Damn, which DJ could perform at a Super Bowl? I mean,
that's
Avicii could have done it. R.I.P.
yeah, he could have. I think he definitely could have. But you know what? It's like the whole Super Bowl halftime show. We're not going to touch on it, but this last one was super political, you know, for a number of reasons.
Yeah.
So that it would be interesting. I mean, just electronic music in general, not Afro house. Like, could a DJ ever do it? You know, I don't know.
I mean, which DJ could you see perform at a Super Bowl? Like, if you could just pick any DJ that's ever lived perform at a halftime Super Bowl. Again, I've only started listening to music 10, 15 years ago, so I'm not the most educated and I haven't got that extensive knowledge, but I think I'm still allowed to share some names. But you go first, man. Who could you see?
Look, I want to say just because I think it's probably more of a household name in America, I'd probably give like a Steve Aoki maybe, just because
Oh, good. That's a good one.
Steve Aoki probably being, he's American as well, so I think he would be more well received. Maybe like an Armin van Buuren, just because he's been around for a while, resonates with multiple, generations and stuff like that. I think those two probably for now. I don't know. How about you?
I could definitely see a Diplo.
Diplo, yeah.
I could definitely see a Diplo at a Super Bowl. I think Tiesto as well.
Yeah.
I could see a Tiesto.
I could see maybe like a peak Skrillex. He was a bit of a household name at a point as well.
This is the weirdest question I'm going to ask, but
Okay.
have you ever wondered, like, I mean, how do I even ask this? Like, okay, imagine, right? It's Super Bowl, 100,000 people. It's packed, right? It's
Right.
halftime. No one knows who's performing, right? Which DJ do you think that would be less shocked if they just got dropped? Like,
Just like put in there.
just put in there with no information, nothing, and they would just fucking start rocking. Which DJ you think in the world would just fucking start playing, go crazy? And wouldn't be startled, wouldn't be, shocked, and they would just perform.
Gotta be someone with a lot of mileage who knows what they're doing. Look, I think Solomon could do it. Would he resonate with that crowd? I don't know. Probably not, but I think he would do it. But I definitely think if it's gonna be Super Bowl, it had to be more like an EDM.
I think Moshak would go nuts.
Moshak at the Super Bowl?
No, I'm saying he would be the one that wouldn't think twice. Would be like, all right, cool.
I'm here, yeah.
I don't know how I ended up here, but
Let's go. Dude, that's a very interesting question. Guys, if you're listening at home, let us know in the comments who has got it. I think Mochak is a good one because he's got that like a bit bizarre to him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Diplo again.
Yeah, Diplo for
sure.
Diplo is a big one, man.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, most people, they'd just be like, how did I end up here? This is a dream. Like, what's going on? But
yeah,
who would just go?
Who would just go, man? Do you know that DJ? What's his name? It's like Salvatore something. Salvatore. He's like a really funny DJ. Headlines Tomorrowland, and like he's kind of known for like making really weird like Salvatore Ganacci.
Okay.
So he's from Sweden, this guy. And I'll send you a clips, but like in the middle of a Tomorrowland set, he'll say like some really bizarre stuff on the mic, or he's doing like he's like falling asleep like on the DJ booth. He's Marco Cariola's nightmare. But he's big, man. And I think he could do it. I'm gonna send you some videos after this.
Yeah,
Funny
I think
guy.
Carl Cox for sure.
Carl Cox, obviously, yeah, legendary guy. I mean, he could play anywhere, anytime, for as long as they need him to play.
Yeah, he would kill it. He would kill it. But that's an interesting one, man. I think, that's like one of my anxieties is just like if I just go drop somewhere.
And you have to play.
And not even have to play, like, this in any situation, right? And it's just
right.
But yeah, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. Bro, I think that's a solid pod, man. That's a solid episode 8.
Yeah, we got that. That was fun, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, listen, let us know in the comments your thoughts on your ideal Ibiza opening party, which venue, who's the opener, who's the warm-up, who's the main act, who's the closer. Let us know. And yeah, episode 9 next week. We're probably going to start having guests, I think, post episode 10. But yeah, we'll keep you updated and let us know which guests you'd like to see on the podcast. But yeah, man, until then, stay safe, stay cool. Everyone is a DJ. We're out.
Peace.